We're going to take a look at the next drill in our butterfly series. So in this drill, in this progression, we call this drill rock skip. Now, as with all drills, some of these you may have seen before, just called under a different name. But we really like this drill to be able to really help connect the breath and the timing of the breath and the kind of how the feel of the flow of the water really should be for an athlete to get up and to go forward. So there's a couple things here to remember. Butterfly, we don't want to think about it like this, just this kind of loopy kind of movement. We kind of want to think of it as an up and forward movement. So that means that butterfly should be a very, very, very flat stroke. In this drill here, our athlete will be wearing fins to kind of just assist getting a little bit more power off of the dolphin kick. And let's go over kind of those key things. So here we are going to kind of be more passively-ish kind of kicking. You can do this with a little bit of an active kick as well. But what we would want to look for here is that the feet here are pointed, which is achieved because we are wearing fins. And what we want to be able to see is just this natural kind of bend in the knee when we're moving through the water. Now, the things that we don't want to see in the butterfly stroke are going to be like this. The legs where they're here just going to be very, 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 very straight because that'll create a lot of power, but there's not going to be a lot of speed, or you're just going to feel like you're not really going anywhere. Same here kind of holds true if the legs are going to be a little bit more toward the yellow line, meaning that the knees are bent a little too much or closer to that 90 degree mark. Same here is going to hold true if we are kind of kicking under the body and having the knees be right here. We want to really make sure that the knees are going to just have a slight, again, just natural bend. Now, natural can mean sometimes different things to different people. Work to discover what that means is going to be for your athletes. Again, there's always going to be a range. It's not to say that the knees have to be exactly at this degree mark or at that degree mark. There's other things you have to take into consideration, like flexibility, mobility, and those type of things. Now here, as we mentioned, we're not really kind of overly kicking very hard when we're doing this. If you are going to be doing that with this drill, the thing that we would just encourage you to remember is to think about the athlete to have this ball that they're looking to kind of kick down. Either that, or you can have your athletes envision that their feet are a hammer and the surface of the water right here is going to be a nail. And there has to be this strong contact, meaning we would be looking for this turbulence here coming out of the water when they are doing the kick. Now, here, let's go up to the front now. So arms are going to be here in that landing position. And what we're going to see is the fingertips here really focusing on getting down and establishing those power triangles. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on the return view underwater. And then here, as those hands are about to pass the shoulders, what do we see? We see that head starting to lift up, and then we want to take that breath. We want everybody just to take note of where the athlete is taking this breath right now. It's going to be very low, very, very forward. And then what we want to be able to do is to get ourselves to get up and then over the water, return that head down, and then get back down. Now the hands should end up here kind of at that hip area. What will happen is we would want to see that recovery happen under the water, just like this. And then you're going to reset. Now you can get a few little extra dolphin kicks in there. That'll be all right as we're moving. And then we just, again, up and over. Okay, reset, up and over. So it's going to kind of feel like you're just slowly kind of skipping across the surface. If we do that, then we have some good flow. Another thing here that we can look for and just remind everyone, there's this inverse relationships between the shoulders and chest and feet and the hips. So as the shoulders and feet go up, hips here are going down. As the shoulders and chest enter in the water, the feet are going down, and then the hips here rise. So it's always important to remember just that relationship. So we look at that takeoff view here, the kick, feet being bent. So this is kind of, again, what we mean by having that bent knee as we're moving through the water. That's going to really help set up for a really, really, really nice strong kick right there as then we're going for the takeoff. On our return view here, we're just going to, again, kind of check for those same things. We want to see that we are nice low and forward, getting that head down quickly. The eyes can be at that diagonal level. And then here, hips up, shoulders and feet are down. Shoulders and feet are up, hips are down. And we're moving really well through the water. Just again, we want to skip like a rock. Now, secondarily, we want to really focus here on that catch. So here we kind of see those hands here setting up. We kind of see a little bit of a out sweep here like this from our athlete. So what we would want to see at this point is the hands really kind of making sure that we are formulating these nice power triangles right here. Actually, we'll redraw that right there. There we go. So at the bottom of the triangles is where we want to see the hands be, and then what we would want at the corner here to be the elbows. So our athlete here, elbows are up a little way too high. We're basically right at that surface level right there. We want to really focus on getting those to get downward, and then these triangles, when formed, are really going to help you find that best combination of speed and power to really grab the water. Here's just a kind of another view of that. So here again, while we want a high elbow, yes, we would want to make sure that the hands are going to be a lot closer here into the body. We should be pulling also into the belly button a little bit more, and then as the hands hit the belly button, you're just going to kind of then sweep them out under the body, following through and finishing that catch movement. Overall here, though, if you found some great value out of this, be sure to drop a like. It really, really helps us out. And be sure to subscribe. We've got a lot of drills on the channel, and even more are on the way.